Welcome back to Asia Inspires. I'm Asia, a marriage and family therapist associate at the Live Center, formerly known as Push Counseling, and we specialize in reproductive mental health. So, postpartum depression, infertility, loss, and couples therapy, and everything else in between. Today, I'm going to be addressing this tweet. So, thank you for tuning in to Ask Asia. And of course, before we get started, make sure that you subscribe as well as hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time that I post a video. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Once again, this is the tweet that I am addressing. Keep in mind, there are various reasons why some couples experience a dip in their relationship after they have a baby. This is so much so that there are all kinds of books and workshops and things like that to help people to understand what's going on. So one of the reasons is because of hormones. I'm going to be giving two major reasons, and there are, once again, various reasons, so I can't address them all. It depends on each couple. It depends on each person, each mother. But one of the reasons is because of hormones. Throughout pregnancy, women's hormones are going all over the place at times. And that's why when you're watching TV and you see the women crying at the drop of a dime and just like, so emotional, it's because of hormones. Or yelling at their partner and getting mad at everybody else, irritated. As well as that's part of the reason why postpartum depression can kick in is because of hormones. Sometimes it takes a while for a woman's hormones to return back to their normal levels. And this is why it's so important for if you are a family member or a friend of someone who is pregnant or has just had a baby, it's so important for you to be there, not just for the baby, but be there for mom. Be there for dad too, because, there's a lot of things changing with dad too. But be there for mom because there's a lot going on in her body. She just had a baby. So not just physically, not just her body has changed, but internally and mentally, things might have shifted for her. So the hormones can really take a toll on the relationship, especially if the woman is feeling down and depressed and or if she's just feeling angry, irritable. Of course, that can affect the relationship as well. The other reason is the lack of. So when you have a baby, the dynamic is going to shift. If you think about it like this, 1 + 1 = 2, right? When you add something else to that dynamic right there is 1 + 1 = 2. When you add something else to that dynamic, now 1 + 1 = 1 + 1 + 1, mom, dad plus a baby, the dynamic is going to shift. No longer is the answer 2, it is now 3. So now you have a third party that you have to think about. And after you just had a baby, for anybody who has had children, I personally don't have children, but if anybody who has had children, you know that there is a lack of sleep going on. And that's going to affect the relationship because when you're not sleeping, you're not getting your usual 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours of sleep, then it's going to affect the way that you interact with your partner. You're no longer y'all going to want to just hang out, spend time, watch TV together, or go on dates because you're sleep deprived. You want to go to sleep every chance you get. There's lack of finances for some people. Having a baby is expensive, or so I've heard. Having a baby is expensive. So now maybe where you've been able to, eat out all the time or go out on dates, expensive dates, or just, regular dates, or take vacations and whatnot. Now you have to think about, okay, do we have enough money to put the baby in daycare or to pay somebody to watch the baby or to, take them to grandma's house or whatever the case may be? Do we have money to go out to eat? A lot of things are going to change in your finances as well. Another reason or a part of the lack of is the lack of time. The baby requires so much. For babies to be so little, they really do require a lot of time and attention. So that's actually two parts of it. The time and attention. You have to devote your day to making sure that the baby is good, keeping them on a schedule, keeping up with what's going on with them, making sure that they're eating and sleeping and changing diapers at a certain time. You don't have a lot of time for your partner. Whereas usually before you didn't have kids, you probably could say, you know what, I was going to go run this errand, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stay home with you, or I'm not going to. We're going to go out to eat, or we're going to go do this together. Whereas now you can't do that because you can't just say, no, I don't feel like feeding a baby right now. We can go hang out. You can't do that anymore. Babies are demanding. And then of course the attention. Now a lot of moms give their babies so much attention And let's be honest, dads sometimes can get very jealous because they're used to all the attention being shifted to them. And vice versa. Sometimes moms get very jealous because all the attention is now going to the baby. The dad is devoting all his time and attention to the baby. No longer is he complimenting mom. No longer is he spending time with mom, and vice versa. No longer is mom complimenting dad or spending time with dad. Now each individual is becoming mom and dad. No longer is this my partner, my spouse. This is dad. And then the fifth thing is lack of sex, which can go into the attention part. After a woman has a baby, she typically has to wait 6 to 8 weeks before she can have sex again. 6 to 8 weeks, women. So if this is a PSA, if a partner is telling you, I can't wait that long, then, there's a larger conversation that needs to be had. This is from a doctor. Women have to heal. Their bodies have to heal. They cannot wait just 4 weeks, 2 weeks. The doctors recommend 6 to 8 weeks for their bodies to physically heal before they can partake in sexual activity. But anyway, some people have relationships where it's based on sex. It's based on that sexual tension, that sexual energy. And when you take that off the table, you will find that some relationships will fall. So because the partners are having to wait, and this is not for all couples, some couples, the lack of sex is their way that they spend time together, and that can still strain the relationship when you throw in a baby who, like I said, all your time and energy is going into the baby. Or once again, those hormones, those pesky hormones can decrease a woman's sex drive to where she can't even think about sex right now. It's just all about the baby. And that's fair too. Now, I also want to give some things that you can do to help during this time. So one of the things is, dads, make sure you're helping out. Don't put all of the things on the mother, on the wife, on the partner, on the female partner, because she's going through a lot. Once again, we talked about hormones that's going through her body, on top of mommy guilt, and on top of, just wanting to spend your time and your energy on the baby. Dads, if you can, help out with, first of all, dads, if you can, I don't even want to say if you can. Dads, you should be helping out with household chores. Don't just put everything on the mom, even if she's at home with the baby. Help out when you can. Help out with the dishes, with the laundry. Compliment her. Tell her how beautiful she is. Kiss her, caress her without trying to initiate sex. She doesn't want to feel like a sexual object. She wants to feel loved. She wants to feel appreciated. She wants to feel like she's doing a damn good job. Additionally, ladies, I strongly encourage you to go to a doctor. And get those hormones checked out. Go seek a therapist so that you can make sure that everything is well. If you need to be put on medication, it can be temporary. It can be temporary. There's nothing wrong with being on medication, especially if it's going to level out your hormones. And of course, spend as much time together as you can while baby is sleeping. If you're both at home, you're not working, and I know you got a million things on your to-do list that you're trying to get done while baby is asleep, try to devote some time, maybe on Thursday while baby is asleep, the two of you can have an at-home date night, or just sit down on the couch and just talk, or cuddle together and sleep, or, watch your favorite TV show or something like that. Try to still devote time and effort and energy into one another, because remember, baby is one day going to leave the nest, and it's going to be the two of you at home together. Okay, and then lastly, I want to leave you with 3 things that you can do ahead of time. One is, of course, go to therapy. Go to couples therapy. Seek out couples therapy. If you live in the state of Texas, of course, you can come see me. I will leave my Psychology Today profile in the description box. But go to therapy and really talk about your expectations within the relationship. Or even if you don't go to therapy, talk about your expectations within the relationship. Like, what are you expecting after the baby is born? What is everybody's roles going to be? And that's why therapy is so helpful, because a therapist can actually give you questions to talk about and can help you facilitate conversation that you might not be able to do on your own. So that was 2. The last thing that I would encourage you to do is to plan for the worst. Of course, expect the best. Expect that everything is going to go well. Postpartum depression is not going to hit me in the name of Jesus, but prepare for the worst. Prepare to have family members and friends who can pitch in and help. Who can help you when you're feeling down, who can help you when you're feeling down and dad is at work. Or husbands, make sure that you are planning to step up your A game. If you're giving 100% into the relationship already, prepare to give 120, 130% of of all that you can into the relationship, because stuff does come up. Stuff definitely comes up, and it's just super important for y'all to talk about things ahead of time and not just wait till the baby's here and now it's like we're getting into arguments. Well, because y'all never talked about parenting styles and sleeping styles. Is baby gonna sleep with me? Is baby gonna sleep in the crib? Y'all didn't talk about, okay, while I'm down, while I'm sick. I was cooking before, before we had the baby, but now that I'm down, husband or partner still expects for me to cook every day, and I'm just tired and I've been up with the baby. Y'all didn't talk about if the 2 a.m. feedings is husband or partner gonna go feed the baby at 2 a.m. or is that all that is expected on me? Y'all didn't talk about is husband going to stay home with the baby for a period of time? Is he gonna take not maternal leave? Is he gonna take family leave for a little bit to help you out with the baby? Y'all didn't talk about those things. So make sure you talk and plan for the worst, prepare for, or what is it? Expect the worst, prepare for the best, whatever the saying is, you know what I'm trying to say. Make sure that you do all of those things. Thank you once again for tuning in to Asia Inspires Ask Asia. Please make sure that you send this to a friend, especially one that you know that is expecting or is planning for a baby or has recently had a baby. If you are a new mom, congratulations, love. I'm here for you. I support you. Make sure you check out the livecenter.org. We have a lot of resources and therapists there for you. I will also leave some resources in the description box below as well. Until next time.